Hello friends, welcome back. Today we are going to learn how to pass an array as the function argument. Before this we have studied about arrays and functions. We have passed variables as the arguments in functions. Now let's learn how to pass an array in a function argument. There are some rules that we may have to follow to pass array as the argument. First of all, we know whenever we use function in a program, we have to declare it. So to declare a function, we must have to write the data type of arguments to be used in function. Suppose an integer type array is passed from the calling function and name of the function is like void, then show data. So it's like int, then array and a semicolon. So this will be the function declaration. This function whose name is show data will return nothing, but the argument says that it will receive integer type array. So to when we are passing array, we have to use square brackets in function declaration along with the data type. Whereas when we have to pass only variables, we just write the data type. So here is the difference when you pass a variable and when you pass an array to the function. Let me repeat. Whenever you pass a variable, you just have to write the data type. But when you pass the array, then you have to write the data type along with the square brackets, which tells that this function is going to accept an array of integer type. As we know, when we are writing formal arguments, new local variables are declared which are only usable in that function only. So now if you want to give size of the array here, then you can write also like int. So the first parameter will be the array and here second parameter will be the size of the array. Now in the function definition, you will write like void, then show data, and here you will write int array, then a comma, then int I, and then curly brackets. Now let's see how to call a function which has array as the argument. So in the main function I will write int ar is equals to like 1 comma 2 comma 3, and I will call the function. So I will write show data is then parenthesis, and in that I will write array name and then the size of the array, which is 3, and then semicolon. So here we do not need to write the square bracket and the function calling. You can simply write the array name, and if you want to pass the size of array, then you can write that too separated by the comma as the another actual argument. And if you do not wish to pass the size of the array, then you can simply write array, then only array, and here you also have to delete this. Okay. So I am trying to say that to pass an array, we only need the name of the array and not the subscript. Simply write the name of the array as I have written here, and it will be passed to the function definition at this point. Now what actually happens when we pass the name of the array then the base address is passed to the function. That means the element of 0 index is given to the function definition. So passing AR, if I passed AR, which will ultimately means that I am passing array 0. Now there is a very strong concept of pointers. So pointers are some advanced concepts and you will learn about them later, but here is a little thing required of pointers. Whenever you pass the name of the array, every function will receive the address of the array. So whatever will be the address of argument AR0 will be given to the function definition. Now if you make any changes to the array, it will be changed in the calling function too, because we have passed the address of real array, and if any change is made to the address of real array, then it will be changed everywhere. Now let's create a program in which user will have to input the array and we will show the sum of all elements to the user, but this time using the function. So let's delete this part which is not required, and this declaration also. So I will write hash include stdio.h hash include conio.h, then the function declaration which is int sum array, then this will get the array and the size of the array. So I will write it like this. Okay, now there are two parameters. First will be the array and the second will be the size of the array. Okay, now let's write I will write it in the main function. I will write int a which is of size 5, then I, then sum. Okay, then I will write for loop to get the values, but before that I need to ask the user to enter values. So I'll write printf enter elements of the array /n. Okay, so then for I is equals to 0, I is less than 5, then I plus plus, and then scanf, and here I will write %d, and I want to store at the address of the array a and I semicolon. Then I will write sum is equals to sum array, and here I will pass the whole array which is the a, and by writing a I am passing the base address of the array which is the address of 0th element of a. That means I am passing the address of a0, and here I will pass 5 because the size of the element array is 5. Okay, and after the processing in the sum array, the summation is returned back to me, which is then stored in the sum variable. So here I can write printf then sum of all elements is %d /n, then comma which is sum. Okay, then semicolon and get ch. Now it's time to write the function definition. Here we have to receive the values. I will receive the values in array b, and variable s will have the size of the array passed. So I'll write int sum array and then int b and then int s, then curly brackets, int sum is equals to 0, then I variable. Okay, Then I will write for I is equals to 0, I is less than s, then I plus plus, and after that I have to write sum is equals to sum plus b of I. Okay, and then I have to return the sum variable to the main function. So now the sum is returned back to the calling function here, where it is printed on the screen. Now let's see the output. So save it and run the program. So here we have to enter 5 elements like 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay, so here you can see we are getting the sum of all the elements, and if I made any change to the array, then it will be changed to the real array. We will see about it later in the pointers. So that's all for now. See you in the next video class. Thank you.